In a time when speed ruled the streets and rules didn't exist, the 1980s unleashed cars faster than Ferraris, louder than Lamborghinis, and wilder than anything today. It was pure madness. No safety, no limits. Some were never sold, some built only once, and most people have never heard of them. But they were real, and they were powerful. Here are 22 of the rarest, craziest supercars of the 80s, starting with a 16-cylinder beast created by a former Lamborghini engineer and a disco legend. Number 1. Cizeta-Moroder V16T, the supercar that was too crazy for its own good. What happens when a former Lamborghini engineer teams up with an Oscar-winning music producer? You get the Cizeta-Moroder V16T, a car straight out of a sci-fi movie. Claudio Zampoli, a former Lamborghini engineer, joined forces with Giorgio Moroder, the legendary composer behind Donna Summer's hits and the Top Gun soundtrack. Instead of a standard V8 or V12, they went wild with a 6.0-liter V16 engine, made by merging two Lamborghini Urraco V8s. This beast produced 540 horsepower, hitting 204 miles per hour, faster than a Ferrari F40 or a Lamborghini Countach. Designed by Marcello Gandini, the V16T's aggressive wedge-shaped body looked like something a Bond villain would drive, but its complexity and insane production costs limited it to just 12 units. The Cizeta-Moroder V16T became the ultimate symbol of 80s excess, a car too outrageous for even its own time. Number 2. Vector W8. Vector Aeromotive aimed to put America on the supercar map with the Vector W8, a jet-inspired beast built with carbon Kevlar and aluminum honeycomb panels. Powered by a twin-turbo 5.7-liter V8, producing over 600 horsepower, the W8 claimed a top speed of 242 miles per hour, but officially hit around 220, still faster than a Ferrari F40. The cockpit featured digital gauges, aircraft-style switches, and a joystick-style shifter, embracing a high-tech fighter jet aesthetic. Priced at nearly $450,000 in the early 90s, the W8's production was plagued by delays, lawsuits, and financial troubles, with only 17 units ever built. Despite its short run, the W8 became a Hollywood icon, appearing in Rising Sun and Gran Turismo. Its outrageous design and extreme rarity cemented its status as one of the wildest American supercars ever. Number 3. Aston Martin Bulldog. Aston Martin's attempt to challenge Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche in the late 70s resulted in the Bulldog, a futuristic wedge-shaped supercar powered by a 5.3-liter twin-turbo V8, producing 600 horsepower. Designed to break the 200-mile-per-hour barrier, it reached 191 miles per hour in tests before financial issues killed the project. Only one Bulldog was ever built, sold to a Middle Eastern buyer, and left forgotten in storage. Decades later, a meticulous restoration brought it back to life. In 2021, it finally hit 205.4 miles per hour, becoming the fastest Aston Martin ever built at the time. The Bulldog remains a fascinating glimpse of what Aston Martin could have achieved. Number 4. Panther Solo II. Panther West Winds aimed to shake up the British car scene by building a futuristic supercar to rival Ferrari and Porsche. Their creation, the Solo II, emerged after the original rear-wheel drive Solo 1 was scrapped for being outdated. Rebuilt with a 2.0-liter turbocharged Ford Cosworth engine, producing 204 horsepower, the Solo II featured all-wheel drive and a lightweight body made from fiberglass and Kevlar. Despite its impressive specs, the Solo II couldn't stand against giants like the Ferrari F40 or Porsche 959. Financial issues forced Panther to abandon the project, with fewer than 30 units ever produced. Spotting one of these rare machines is almost impossible, making the Solo II a lost piece of British automotive ambition. Number 5. Dome Zero P2. While Japan's automakers focused on practical cars in the 1970s, Dome aimed higher, creating a Japanese supercar to rival Ferrari and Lamborghini. Led by Minoru Hayashi, Dome built the futuristic Dome Zero in 1978, but it couldn't get street legal approval in Japan. Undeterred, Hayashi created the refined Dome Zero P2 with a 2.8-liter Nissan inline-six from the Datsun 280ZX. Lightweight and sleek, it debuted at the 1979 Geneva Motor Show, but never reached production due to financial issues. Instead, the Zero P2 became a cult icon in racing games like Gran Turismo and Ridge Racer. Only a few prototypes were made, leaving it as a lost piece of Japan's supercar dreams. Number 6. Lamborghini Jalpa. Lamborghini's answer to the extreme, hard-to-drive Countach was the Jalpa, a more affordable and user-friendly supercar. Powered by a 3.5-liter V8 with 255 horsepower, it hit 60 miles per hour in around 6 seconds and featured a removable Targa top for open-air fun. Designed to be a daily drivable exotic, the Jalpa had cleaner styling and more comfort than its V12 sibling. It even got Hollywood love. Sylvester Stallone owned one and drove it in Rocky IV. Lamborghini hoped it would attract new buyers, but with only 410 built before its 1988 discontinuation, the Jalpa stayed niche. Today, it's a rare collectible and the last Lamborghini V8 until the Urus. Number 7. De Tomaso Guarà. De Tomaso's attempt to stay relevant in the 1990s came with the Guarà, a futuristic supercar inspired by the 1991 Maserati Barchetta race car. With a lightweight fiberglass and Kevlar body and mid-engine layout, it looked sleek but unconventional. Powered by a BMW-sourced 4.0-liter V8 with 286 horsepower and later a Ford Mustang V8, the Guarà was quick thanks to its featherweight design, but it had no power steering, ABS, or traction control, making every drive a risky thrill. De Tomaso planned to build hundreds, but fewer than 50 were made by the early 2000s. Despite its rarity, it never made a splash in movies or with celebrities. Today, it's a forgotten collector's item that only the brave would dare to drive. Number 8. Monteverdi Hai 650 F1. Switzerland isn't known for supercars, but Peter Monteverdi tried to change that with the Monteverdi Hai 650 F1. Designed in the early 90s, this beast featured a mid-mountain Formula One-derived V12, cranking out 650 horsepower, nearly as powerful as the legendary McLaren F1. Claimed performance? 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3.5 seconds, with a top speed over 220 miles per hour. But Monteverdi had no experience building supercars. While the Hai 650 F1 looked stunning with scissor doors and aggressive styling, it was far too expensive to produce. Only 2 prototypes were made before the project ran out of money. The car was never properly tested, and Monteverdi's claims remain unverified. One prototype now sits in a Swiss museum, a forgotten dream of what could have been. Number 9. Tatra MTX V8. Czech automaker Tatra was known for military trucks and luxury sedans, not supercars. But in the late 80s, they teamed up with MTX to create the Tatra MTX V8, a sleek, wedge-shaped beast aimed at competing with Ferrari and Porsche. Powered by a 3.9-liter Tatra air-cooled V8 producing 302 horsepower, the lightweight MTX V8 claimed a top speed of 165 miles per hour. Impressive for an Eastern European supercar from the early 90s. Only 5 were built before Czechoslovakia's collapse ended the project. Tragically, one was destroyed in a fire, leaving just 4 in existence. The MTX V8 may have failed to challenge Ferrari, but it remains one of the rarest supercars ever made. Number 10. Ruf CTR Yellowbird. At a glance, the Ruf CTR Yellowbird looked like a regular Porsche 911. No wild styling or aggressive aero. But behind that subtle exterior was a monster. Built by German tuner-turned-automaker Ruf, the Yellowbird was a heavily modified 911 Carrera 3.2 with a twin-turbo flat-six pushing 469 horsepower in a lightweight body. In 1987, it shocked the world by hitting 213 miles per hour at a road-and-track top-speed event, beating icons like the Ferrari F40 and Porsche 959. It wasn't just fast in a straight line. Upgraded suspension and tires gave it razor-sharp handling. The car became legendary after Ruf released a video of Stefan Roser drifting it around the Nürburgring in a polo shirt. No helmet, just pure skill. Only 29 were built, making the Yellowbird one of the rarest and most iconic sleepers in supercar history. Number 11. Isdera Imperator 108i. Mercedes-Benz had a wild idea for a futuristic supercar called the CW311, a sleek gull-wing doored machine with a wedge-shaped design and a quirky periscope mirror sticking out of the roof. But while the concept looked like something from a sci-fi movie, Mercedes wasn't interested in turning it into reality. Eberhard Schultz, a former Mercedes engineer, wasn't ready to give up. Determined to bring the concept to life, he left Mercedes, took the plans, and built the car himself under his own brand, Isdera. His creation, the Imperator 108i, was a road-going beast powered by a Mercedes V8. Early models had a 5.0-liter engine, but later versions packed a 6.0-liter powerhouse with up to 420 horsepower and a top speed of over 170 miles per hour. Its signature feature? That bizarre periscope mirror on the roof, which gave the car a unique look and made drivers feel like they were piloting something straight out of a futuristic film. Only 30 units were ever built, each handcrafted and custom-ordered, making the Imperator 108i one of the rarest supercars of the 1980s. It remains a fascinating glimpse into what Mercedes could have built, but didn't dare to. Number 12. Giocattolo Group B. Australians have a special talent for stuffing big V8s into small cars, and the Giocattolo Group B is proof. Born in the mid-1980s, it was the brainchild of businessman Paul Halstead, who wanted a Ferrari killer with Aussie muscle. What started as an Alfa Romeo Sprint project quickly ditched its original V6 for a rear-mounted 5.0-liter Holden V8. The result? A Kevlar-bodied rocket with over 300 horsepower and a serious attitude. Despite its name, it had nothing to do with Group B rally. It was a road-going beast that never got its shot, thanks to funding problems. Only 15 were ever built before the company folded. Bonus heartbreak? One was destroyed by Aussie police in a crash test. So yeah, spotting a Giocattolo today is about as likely as hearing "I'm fine" and actually believing it. Now, for 10 more wild machines. Number 13. Ferrari 288 GTO Evoluzione. Ferrari aimed to dominate Group B racing in the 1980s with the 288 GTO Evoluzione, a 650 horsepower beast built for pure speed. With a top speed of over 225 miles per hour, aggressive aerodynamics, and a lightweight composite body, it was designed to crush the competition. But before it could race, Group B was banned for being too dangerous, leaving Ferrari's monster car without a purpose. Only 5 units were ever built, serving as prototypes for the iconic Ferrari F40. The 288 GTO Evoluzione was way ahead of its time, capable of hitting 225 miles per hour back in 1986, years before the McLaren F1 broke records. Those 5 prototypes are now worth insane amounts of money, hidden away in private collections. Number 14. Porsche 959 Sport. Porsche wasn't just aiming to impress in the 1980s, they wanted to build the most advanced supercar on the planet. The result was the 959, a technological marvel. But for those who thought the standard version was too tame, Porsche unleashed the 959 Sport. Stripped of luxuries like power seats, air conditioning, and adjustable suspension, the Sport was leaner, meaner, and brutally fast. Its 2.85-liter twin-turbo flat-six was tuned to 508 horsepower, cutting 0 to 60 miles per hour down to 3.6 seconds and pushing a top speed to 211 miles per hour. Unheard of for an all-wheel drive car at the time. Only 29 were ever made. Even Bill Gates had one. But thanks to U.S. import laws, it sat in storage for years before he could legally drive it. Today, the 959 Sport is one of the rarest, most legendary Porsches ever built. Number 15. Lamborghini LM002. Lamborghini shocked the world in the 1980s by building something completely outrageous, a military-grade SUV powered by a 5.2-liter V12 from the Lamborghini Countach. The Lamborghini LM002 emerged from a failed attempt to create a military vehicle for the U.S. Army, resulting in a monstrous 6,780-pound beast with 450 horsepower and a top speed of 120 miles per hour. Built with bulletproof Pirelli Scorpion tires and an engine roar that could shake mountains, the LM002 was a gas-guzzling monster, barely managing 8 miles per gallon. Despite its absurdity, celebrities, oil tycoons, and the Saudi royal family loved it. Only 328 units were produced between 1986 and 1993, making the LM002 the original performance SUV and one of Lamborghini's rarest creations. Number 16. Lotec C1000. Unlike Ferrari or Lamborghini, a small German company named Lotec wasn't just chasing supercar glory in the late 1980s, they wanted the fastest car ever. Enter the Lotec C1000, a one-off beast commissioned by a mysterious UAE billionaire who simply wanted the fastest road car money could buy. Lotec built the C1000 from scratch, crafting a carbon fiber and aluminum monocoque chassis weighing just 2,380 pounds. But the real insanity lay under the hood. A 5.6-liter Mercedes-Benz V8 with twin turbochargers cranking out a ridiculous 1,000 horsepower. With a claimed top speed of 268 miles per hour, it was meant to demolish the competition. Despite its engineering brilliance, the C1000 never proved its numbers. It was never officially tested, leaving its 268 mile per hour claim unverified. Built for speed and nothing else, only one C1000 was ever made, vanishing into private ownership. Its true potential remains a mystery, making it one of the most elusive what-if supercars of all time. Number 17. Jaguar XJ220 Prototype V12 version. In the late 1980s, Jaguar set out to build the fastest road car ever, the XJ220 Prototype. It was meant to feature a 6.2-liter V12, all-wheel drive, and active aerodynamics, an endurance racer for the streets. When it debuted at the 1988 Birmingham Motor Show, the promised 220 mile-per-hour top speed caused a frenzy, with eager buyers placing deposits on the spot. But when production time came, Jaguar scrapped the V12 and all-wheel drive due to cost. The final version used a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 and rear-wheel drive. Though still fast, 542 horsepower and 217 miles per hour, buyers were furious, and some even sued. The V12 prototypes remain rare relics of what could have been. The XJ220 became a legend, but not the one Jaguar originally promised. Number 18. Ferrari Testarossa Spider, factory built. The Ferrari Testarossa was the ultimate 80s supercar, wide, loud, and instantly iconic. But while many wealthy collectors owned one, only a single factory-built convertible ever existed, the Testarossa Spider. Ferrari refused to chop the roof off of their flagship due to structural concerns until Gianni Agnelli, the powerful Fiat CEO, asked for one. To mark his 20th anniversary at Fiat, Ferrari built him a one-off Spider in silver, with a soft top and the same 4.9-liter flat 12 engine as the coupe. Other companies later made unofficial Spider conversions, but none were factory approved. Agnelli's Testarossa Spider remains one of a kind and priceless. Number 19. Nissan MID4 II. In the 1980s, Nissan set its sights on challenging Ferrari and Porsche with the MID4, a mid-engine, all-wheel drive concept packed with cutting-edge technology like four-wheel steering. The first version debuted in 1985, but Nissan came back stronger in 1987 with a more aggressive MID4 II. This new version featured a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 producing 330 horsepower, a lightweight design, and exceptional handling, making it a genuine contender against the best European supercars of the era. But despite having all the right ingredients, the MID4 II never made it to production. Instead, its advanced technology was passed down to the R32 Skyline GTR shaping Nissan's performance legacy. Only 3 prototypes were ever built, and they remain locked away in Nissan's private collection, making the MID4 II one of Japan's greatest what-if supercars. Number 20. Toyota 222D. In the 1980s, Group B rallying was pure chaos. Insanely fast, dangerously unpredictable, and barely regulated. Toyota's answer to the madness? The 222D, a reworked Toyota MR2 turned into a twin-charged all-wheel drive rally monster. Powered by a 2.2-liter turbocharged engine, rumored to produce over 600 horsepower, the 222D was built for pure performance. Its wide body kit, massive air intakes, and aggressive rear wing made it look like a missile on wheels. But before it could race, Group B was banned in 1986 due to deadly crashes. The 222D project was scrapped, most prototypes destroyed, and its legacy became a haunting what-if in rally history. Number 21. Bizzarrini BZ-2001. If the name Giotto Bizzarrini doesn't ring a bell, its work will. The legendary Ferrari 250 GTO. In the 1990s, the genius engineer made one last attempt at a supercar, the Bizzarrini BZ-2001. With sharp styling like a Ferrari V12, it was meant to rival Ferrari and Lamborghini. Backed by Japanese investors, the plan was to mass-produce it and revive the Bizzarrini name. But rising costs and investor doubts killed the dream. Only one prototype was ever built, and it vanished into private hands. The BZ-2001 became one of the greatest what-if supercars that never got its chance. Number 22. Maserati Barchetta. Its lightweight chassis of just 1,700 pounds, 800 kilograms, made it blisteringly fast. But the series failed, and only 17 cars were built. The project was abandoned, and the Barchetta faded into obscurity. Some of these machines became legends. Others disappeared, forgotten by time. But each was built with one purpose: speed, power, and the dream of greatness. Which one do you think deserved a second chance? Tell us in the comments, and if rare, forgotten supercars ignite your soul, like, subscribe, and stay with us. The journey is far from over.